Welcome everybody. This is Anil Kumar with you, and we are talking about Shore Up Your Life Skill series of videos, contemporary negotiation techniques. We are talking about the various techniques, various types of negotiation, various negotiation skill is a very important part of the interpersonal skills, which again is skills or life skills or soft skills that you need to be successful in life and at work. What is a contemporary negotiation technique? This is a technique the negotiating parties try to ensure both of us have a win-win situation approach. It is expanding the pie perspective. It is not that win-lose or lose-win situation. It consists of establishing superordinate goals, separating the people from the problem, focusing on the interests, not looking at the positions but at the problem, inventing or creating or critically examining the possible options and an innovative solution for a mutual gain using objective criteria and not subjective. So we are looking at win-win outcome. We are the end. This is the most popular and modern contemporary negotiation technique that exhibit good negotiation skill. What are the stages of negotiation? We all aware: preparation, discussion, clarification of goals, negotiate towards a win-win outcome or the agreement, implementation of the course of action, and sometimes failure to agree or failure to disagree. Flattery will sometimes work. Building trust and momentum by giving concessions might work. Eliciting a counter offer might work, or getting sympathy might work. One person will try to be good in the negotiation by giving concessions, another will try to push them out. What happens is just like sports. When the team is playing on home turf, they have more confidence and scheduling meeting at inconvenient time will make the other person make a lot of adjustments because they are already mentally inconvenienced and they want to get out of this. Interrupting the meetings will give a signal that this is not important or more attention is not given, and accordingly the other person might try to finish the and leave so that it becomes easy. These are techniques to avoid a negotiation at all when you are not fully 100% interested in getting a negotiated settlement. Among the various types of negotiators, some are soft bargainers. Soft bargainers do not see it as a negotiation. They see it as a competition. They do not see it as a competition. They see it just as a negotiation. Soft bargainers do not compete. They make offers which are not in their best interest but helps the other party to be comfortable. The soft bargainer has a perception of friendship, and agreement is what they are looking at as a goal. They avoid contests. They will insist on agreement and they will offer a solution. So soft bargainers choose a gentle style. They yield to others' demands. They avoid confrontation. They maintain good relations. They follow the negotiators. The soft bargainers do not separate what is and what should be, but they look at people and problem are two different things and look at the be soft at both. Soft bargainers are soft both on the people and on the problem. They are easily trusting others and they change their opinions and they agree to the flow of the discussion. Hard bargainers. These people use contentious strategies which may not be liked by everybody. They make threats. They are distrustful. They see others as adversaries and ultimate goal is a victory. They try to win every negotiation. They do not separate the people from the problem. So utilizing phrases such as "this may be my final offer, take it or leave it" is what the hard bargainers do. They insist on their position and apply pressure. Additionally, they will search for one single answer and insist that you agree. So they don't have multiple options or variable offers on the table. The hard bargainers are hard on both the people and the problem. The soft bargainers are soft on both, while hard bargainers are hard on both. Rather than power, pressure or self-interest or an arbitrary decision-making procedure is what the hard bargainers look at instead of a negotiated agreed settlement. Now comes the principled bargainers, the best of the breed. What do? They seek integrative solution. They focus on the problem. Principled bargainers separate the people from the problem. While the hard and soft bargainers do not separate, one goes soft and one goes hard, principled bargainers separate the people from the problem. They base their choices on objective criteria. They are impartial. They are guided by the moral standards, the principles, the fairness, principles of fairness, professional standards, tradition, culture, and so on. The principled bargainers sidestep the commitment to specific position. They don't have a position. They are willing to change. They are willing to agree, listen, and adapt. Principled bargainers, their intentions, motives, and needs of the people is what they look at. They explore the interests, avoid the bottom lines, and reach the results based on standards. They go by standards. They look for information and go by standards. Principled bargainers are independent of their personal will. They don't have any personal choices of their own. And they don't have an arbitrary decision making mindset or style. Now, among the strategies, there is something called a distributive bargaining strategy. Here the negotiators seek to divide up the fixed amount of resources, which means there is only X amount of resources and everybody has to divide this. So either you get more or I get more. It's a cat or monkey story. So it's always a win-lose situation. Distributive bargaining structure says it's a zero-sum game. The target point is what the parties would like to achieve most. Resistance point is a minimum result which would be accepted by the party. So the bottom line is the resistance point and the ceiling is the target. There is a floor and a ceiling for the negotiation. Target is what they would like to achieve maximum and resistance is a minimum that they would be willing to accept. This is a distributive bargaining strategy where it's a zero-sum game and a limited pie is to be divided among all. Each party bargains aggressively and treats other as an opponent and tries to defeat in the argument. Each party has a target point and resistance point entirely or extremely opposite one's aspiration range. So the space between target point and resistance point is aspiration range, and the target point and resistance point of each party could be totally entirely different. So it becomes very difficult to reach a negotiated settlement. The mindset is competitive and the view or vision is short term. Now we have the integrative bargaining strategy. Seeks one or more settlements than create a win-win. It goes for a one or more settlement. It goes for a win-win. The views are convergent. The attempt is congruent. The mindset is collaborative. The method is constructive. And the vision is long-term mutual interest. So when you have a more than one settlement, multiple offers, multiple stages, each different piece, the people in the problem, and when you work in a collaborative, constructive, cooperative manner for a long-term mutual interest of the parties involved in negotiation, it is called integrative bargaining strategy of negotiation. It builds the long-term relationships, it facilitates working together in future, and each feeling that they have achieved a victory. There is something for each one of them. Now, as we discuss the main techniques or the main takeaways of the negotiation technique is the BATNA and BISO. BATNA is some alternative, the best alternative than a negotiated agreement. Do you have an alternative other than a negotiated agreement? Can you get away or get out of the negotiation and go for that alternative? What is the best to negotiated agreement? What is the best alternative to negotiated agreement? BATNA, best alternative to negotiated agreement. And then, can you present multiple equivalent offers simultaneously? MISO is multiple equivalent offers simultaneously offered. Multiple equivalent simultaneous offer. MISO, multiple equivalent simultaneous offer. So can you propose a contingent contract? If you have an alternative and you want to test a negotiated solution, and if you have multiple equivalent simultaneous offers, then you can propose a contingent contract or short term. Let us for 1 month try this agreement. If it doesn't work, we may either renegotiate or get out. So that you can offer. So the ability and willingness to walk away and take another deal is what will be the outcome if you have a good BATNA. Parties are often stuck making concessions and demands on a single issue. So you need to capitalize on the presence of multiple issues and then see which your counterpart cares deeply about it and you value less, and then give them something on that particular point. If unsure, penalize him for late completion and reward him for early completion. This is a contingency thing. And then once they agree upon, then take about this rewards and penalties and agree for a best way forward. So these are the various negotiation techniques that can be used as a part and parcel of the negotiation skills that you need for your life and work to be better. Thanks for watching this video. Please keep coming back for more such sessions on Shore Up Your Life Skills series of videos.